is connected. We are up and we are running. Excellent. Alrighty then. Hey there, heroes. My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber, and I'm here to let you know that if I can participate in Midweek Magic, you can too. And in fact, that's exactly what we're doing today. Midweek Magic, we've got Cascade Brawl, and I am all about that. All right, so here's the plan. We go on, we get our 2 rares, we duck out, and then for the rest of the stream, we work on Kaalia. Sound good? Sound good. Why am I wearing my artist glove? Oh, I don't need to wear that. Also, I am tired. I actually managed to get a decent amount of work in today. Your videos coming along. The SAO fic, that is also in production. And we're about to see if scrungles are legal. Excellent. Okay. So, like, we are cheating just a little bit, or rather, we are gaming the system, as it were. So, with the Cascading Midweek Magic, it is literally just Brawl, except also, you get a chance to cast whatever you want. All your cards basically have Cascade. So, we are slipping in the 1 copy of Vexing Bauble in here. I just trimmed off, like, a 4-drop. Put it in there. And with all the 1-drops here, we're not going to conveniently hit Vexing Bauble every single time. In fact, we're probably going to see some incredible bullshit today. I've been seeing some Lila decks running rampant. I've seen some Hera parents running rampant. But hey, you know what? We're not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time. And we just need to get the 2 wins. Plus, we're playing red specifically for the dailies. Double check. Cast. Let's see. We're all good. Connections are all... Alright, Joda the Unifier. Alright, so this is going to come down to whether we can actually... Oh, God. Joda the Unifier. That actually just clicked. Like, this already gives the Legendary's Cascade, but now you're getting double value. It'd be disgusting. But starting on Winter Moon into potentially Blood Moon. That's spicy. I like that. Then we don't have any 1-drops. You could, let's see. We just need to like naturally draw a 3rd land in the next 2 turns. I will go Winter Moon into Blood Moon, and that might actually be enough to get the one there. Let's see. We could Bushwhacker. I think we're just gonna Winter Moon now, just because it does give us like another 1-drop. Oh right, my 1-drops tend to have haste. That would have been a good reason to play that. And like, now they can't just like ramp willy-nilly. The Winter Moon isn't going to do anything just yet. Do they have any 1-drops? They have... Turn target creature you control to its owner's hand, a way to recycle. Alright. I do like an Abrade. Let's go ahead and destroy that just to get the Cascade back. And then we're just going to keep punching. They get to untap their command tower. There's no issue there. It's really going to start mattering when they start hitting their... Wow, 2 basics. Okay. Not every day you see a 5-color deck that's actually pretty Winter Moon conscious. So like, you know what? Not bad, not bad, not bad. This also means that the Blood Moon isn't going to do like nearly as much as what we want it to do. Tiny Bones. Alright, well, we don't care about Tiny Bones. Let's go ahead and... Normally I would Ranger's Firebrand specifically to get Squee going. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pump this up now. Just hit this now. Let's see, we don't hit anything, of course. That's fine. This is just cast a target non-land permanent card. They don't have target. All right, go for big punchies, big punchies, big punchies, big punchies. sacrifice it if you do proliferate. We don't. Notably, the Winter Moon is going to put a strain on any non-basics they have. Interesting. 3 basics. Huh. Either they're really basic heavy, specifically for instances like this, or yeah. Alright, and that's going to be a reason the way we want to just drop the Blood Moon, because it does just like turn them off of a color. Like they already get the red off of it. They're not getting like benefits. Oh my god. Can they use the spree? Okay, they can. Draw 2, discard a card. That's not bad. Tiny Bones. I'm trying to think here. Becco can actually like block a lot of stuff, so that's kind of a problem. I do like Mountain. Alright, so here's Blood Moon. It's Krenko's command. And like, you know what? We're just gonna go full Monkey Brain Goblin. I don't need to. Alright, so they have double white. They can't cast Joda anytime soon. Now they have double red. They don't have access to their blue or their black. Now they have access to their blue or their black. Ruin Crab? Why are they playing Ruin Crab? Oh my god, it is all basics. What the hell? Was this... Oh, you know what this probably was? This was probably just a deck that someone threw together. They probably just literally threw this together just for the event, so they have all the basics. So yeah, Blood Moon isn't going to work too well. Winter Moon is not going to be as big of a problem. Make it Goblin whenever another creature you control enters, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Let's go ahead and we'll catch General Crete. Oh, hello. Honestly, I kind of like getting rid of the Burnish Heart right here. That means that big Goblin here gets pretty big. And like, they only have 1 crab. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was a valiant attempt. A valiant attempt at a budget build. Honestly though, okay, so like, this has me cooking, right? I love putting together budget builds. So maybe a budget Joda deck at some point? Let's see. Did we have enough Signpost Legends to make that work maybe? Alright, that's our first win. That's our first one. That's all we just need. Come on, give Mama. Oh, it's a mythic. It's a mythic. It's a mythic. Come on, Mama needs a brand new Nissa. Well, Droltha, I already have a copies of you. Why doesn't the collection protection work against other sets? Boo. Boo. Johnny Collar the Pride. Oh boy. Alright, so with Battlecry Goblin, Mog Flunkies, Bolt, and Play with Fire, maybe this works out. Pass the turn. We can go ahead and Bolt whatever they play, then play out Flunkies on the next turn. Let's see. Kind of like that. Because if we treat Battlecry Goblin as like a 2-drop, I think that probably makes it a lot better. Ooh, Legion Loyalist. Don't mind if I do. All right, that means that Squeak turns on the. Oh, it is Heir Apparent. Yep. Which grabs a Savannah Lions, which makes Token on the next turn probably. All right, this is where we have to make a decision. We can play the Battlecry Goblin and then also shoot the Heir Apparent, but I want the Battalion active, so... All right, here we go. Ooh, now that just works out perfectly. Get rid of the Heir Apparent so that way they don't just, like, make another. Oh, what? Let's make the Legion Loyalist the Ring Bearer. I love that, actually. Now everything has First Strike and Trample? Alright. Now we can Battle Cry Goblin, activate, give the haste. Alright, that's a cat. It's Kemba's Outfitter. Kemba's Outfitter perpetually gives any equipment in their hand equipped one. Alpha Hunter redraws them a card, so they do get to play Plains. You know. Motivator. Okay. Tap, give target creature haste. Yeah, we'll activate it so that way we can just go full monkey. There we go. That's our 2 wins. Easy. All you have to do is play a bunch of scrungles and then turn them sideways. There we go. There we go. Also, we just got a really, really, really fucking good hit. This is a 2/2. This actually would have been a real problem if it just like blocked the Legion Loyalists. I didn't even think about that. I just went completely head empty. Whoops. All right, and then for our, I kind of want to try my luck on the Ace of the Sash Skeleton. Oh my god, it's a rare I don't have? Yo, okay, sweet. Okay, so like, odds are good that it is literally just a borderless card. I'm gonna try my luck. You never know. It could be like a sticker or a limited edition Godzilla art. I wish it was a limited edition Godzilla art. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. I see you two are a mono red deck of culture. Wintermoon's going to be dead here. Animosity, Fiery Prophecy. None of these are going to be consistent enough. We could use the Prophecy, ship back the Wintermoon. But the opponent gets to go first, so this is already going to be way too slow. Like, if we just get, like, any scrungle to, like, put in the way, that's going to force him to at least use removal? I'm not sure about this one, Davey. Oh, okay, so we get the free... Arsonist is pretty good here because that means that it does hit Ragavan. Grabble Master, Lava Coil. This one's pretty third land dependent, but I think in terms of just slowing Ragavan down, it works fine. I want to drop Bandit Lord first or Rabble Master. Might be Bandit Lord. Soul Scar Mage. Well, that's a choice. And they hit Mox Amber. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's... Why am I not playing Mox Amber and Squee? Like, huh. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Like if we don't win this game, and like there's a good chance that we could actually lose, considering that this other deck is also mono red. Yeah, they're just gonna shoot the Arsonist first before they play Ragavan. And then all I do is like ping their face. I mean, I'd probably play the Lava Coil next turn. Felden. And they hit a bolt. Oh. Yeah, there goes the, oh no, they bolt my face. Can't block. Whenever he's dealt damage, exile many cards from the top of your library. Choose one. Play one to your next turn. Okay, so this just has, like, draw for days. This one is whenever it dies. Okay, so, like, I can block the Percussionist, trade, ping their face. I can block with Felden, and then that draws them 2 cards virtually. I think I'm fine with that. Because, like, that is just, like, continuous draw. Grim Lavamancer, Slaying Spire. Either one of those is, like, particularly fantastic. And then, yep, we get a Scamp for our trouble. Alright, so they do get Grim Lavamancer. Slaying Spire is 3 mana? That's a lot. Damage. Trying to think. Like, they could just play right. Oh, they're just gonna go straight burn. That's what they're doing. This is just red deck wins at this point. Alright, you know what? I'll respect that. Yeah, you don't want to be shooting that at my Scamp. I think I just take the 1 here. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty not Pog. Is that what the kids are saying these days? I am definitely not the beatdown, that's for sure. So let's just, like, hold on till theoretically they run out of gas, I guess. Goblin Motivator potentially giving any of our other goblins. Haste can eventually pull this back. Ooh, Rampage you Raptor. You hate to see that. Into an Incendiary Flow. Oof. We're getting absolutely destroyed here. Deals combat damage to a player. Deals damage to battle. And it's got haste. That's disgusting. I hate it. I don't think we're living past another draw step here. Till the end of your next turn. This is a good turn to go. Block it. Till the end of your next turn. Okay, so they can have it next turn. Well, deals that much damage to. And they get Magda. I mean, I get a Flame Blessed Bolt. I just don't think we win this at this point. So I can drop Rabble Master. I can hit Fire Prophecy. I think that works with the Flame Bolt. Let's go ahead and put back the Shared Animosity. Animosity is probably the card I didn't want to see. And then Rabble Master is going to go ahead and make everything. Wait, no. I'm a fool. An absolute fool. I've sealed my doom. Because now Ragavan gets a free shot in. And then Magda also works. Yeah. I mean, if that was going to be the case, then, like, I would have liked to at least have held on to the Shared Animosity. Heel Cutter being able to Cascade and continuously grab cards might help. Well, that's a Mishra's Bauble. That doesn't kill us. It's a really good crime enabler, that's for sure. So they do get the treasure. When it comes into play tapped, I get to see what I draw. I'm going to start heel cutting, I guess. They're just going to shoot the Rabble Master. they're considering. Also, why is my model like leaning over so much? Okay. One apparently has a hard decision to make. Fugitive Codebreaker, Prowess and Haste. Alright. Notably, it's only the first spell you cast that has Cascade each turn. So there is that. Prowess and Haste. Alright, and then there's the Pillar of Flame. Okay. Don't hate losing the Rabble Master. Take the 3. You get the draw off the Mishra. Ragavan. I own Ragavan. Even. Do I survive this? If they dash in Ragavan. Don't think so. I think I dash Heel Cutter. Legion Loyalist. Okay. Is that worth? I can play Ragavan. I can give Ragavan haste. I can go... Let the record show that I don't think I played this correctly, like, at all. Like, I completely forgot that the Heel Cutter was going to block. My initial thought was, like, Magda can, you know, try and block the Ragavan. But at 4 life? Yeah, that's just, like... It's 2 damage, the block's there, 4 damage. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, I did not play that well at all. I want Godzilla. I want the Mothra. I want the Mecha Godzilla. I want Wadsy to stop engaging in predatory practices with their cosmetics. Like, I get that's supposed to be the incentive for buying these packs and bundles and stuff, but, like, you know. Turn 1 Ragavan, and I get to go first against Aaron's Ingiata. I forgot to put Mox Amber into my deck. Marauder's not bad. Marauder's, like, really good. Top end. Burning Hands does not deal with Aaron and Giada. This is kind of just trying to ride Ragavan to victory. And it's very likely that they could have, like, say, a Swords to Plowshares on the first turn. I'm trying to think. Aaron and Giada. That's an interesting one to play if they're trying to play as, like, control. Also, I have not seen these sleeves before. Are these new, or is it another one of those older sleeves that I just completely missed? Opponent seems to be loading. I mean, like, if this is how we get it, this is how we get it, I guess. Nope. I guess that's get the skin then. Turn 1 Ragavan. Now, it is interesting that you have a chance to, like, actually just look at all the deck. Maybe I should be doing that. I should be doing that. Yeah. If I like wanted to like 100% min-max here, I absolutely look at my opponent's entire deck as soon as they start cascading. I wonder. Maybe we play a little bit more Midweek Magic. Maybe we see exactly how silly the rabbit hole gets. There's a thought. I like fun. And play? Actually, oh my god. Wait, hold on. This is a cascade. This is cascade format. Is this like the time? Is this the time? Is this where we bring out a Verna? Yeah, that was a non-game. And like, hey, you know what? When it comes to just want to get skins, we take those. Okay, assuming we get a skin. Oh, come on, please, baby, 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 baby. Give me. Ah, it's just a order list for a card I don't even have. Boo. We did get the mythic wild card. Pretty cool. So let's see. This mythic wild card is spoken for, of course. But here's a problem. We're gonna go no collections, mythic rares, I think. Pioneer Masters. I need to spend it on a Green Warden. That's what I need to spend this mythic on. The Green Warden is just like too good not to. I want Gideon, Erebos, Lily. Shambles. I promised myself I would. Oh, it hurts. But the Ancient Green Warden is just like so good. It's Panharmonicon for lands. Okay, so let's make some real quick. So place out the bauble with an amber. Can always use a little extra. We'll look at Verna real quick. Now this could be oodles and oodles of do it. Not like the whole day, but I can't be the only person who's thought of this. In fact, I staunchly refuse to believe that I'm the only who thought of this. But oh baby, am I gonna take it. Ooh. Unica how? Let's see. Whenever it attacks, for each creature you control with power greater than that creature's base power, put a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the difference. Okay, so this is not the other one. Cards on the turn. So Oracle the Alpha's here, Cultivate is here. Both of those help us get faster. We've got our 3 lands. Got some extra cards to build up to, plus the Oracle of Alpha. We might be able to make this work. Because Oracle, if we play Oracle first, then Cultivate just like guarantee hits a Mox or a draw 3. I think that's what we want. Grizzly Bill into Leon and Vanguard. Yeah, we're gonna be under like a lot of pressure really, really damn fast. Alright. Lotus Cobra. Yep. Cobra hits. Lighted Halfling. I would love to play a Verna first and foremost, but I just don't think we're gonna have time. I'm gonna need to use the Oracle to like chump block and then everything else to... Well, there's the Invasion of Gobcon. Let's see what they hit. If they hit the Oracle, then I'm boned. If they hit either of the Time Walks, I'm fine. Oh, they hit As Foretold? I mean, like, I guess that's like one of the best in the evasion is gonna transform. This is what we call a dangerous situation. We are so not Daijobu. Alright, Oracle's gonna go through the entire deck. That's fine. The important thing is that Oracle is now going to hit something, right? Like, every time that we cast something, it's gonna hit something. And if we're lucky, it'll be a time walk. Papika Mortal Fear. Yep, there's Sovereign. Sovereign hits Gaia's Gift. That's really strong. Hexproof Trample Reach gives another counter. Okay. That's whenever... Oh, Okinak attacks. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and block the most damage here because to survive. Alright, so then. Gonna be at 4 mana. Potentially at 2, right? So, like, we can go from... Am I just gonna die next turn, though? This is what, 5 mana? That's not outside the realm of possibility with the Delighted Halfling. Everything doubles. I need to have a blocker. So I think I need to play Averna. If I get lucky off the Averna... Well... Let's just save that for as a possibility for later. And hits a Mox Emerald. We knew that that was very likely. One life could actually make the difference here. I'm gonna play the Flooded Strands and then pass turn. But like, hey, we knew that this was a very real possibility. We just had to high roll that. We had a 1 in 7 chance, or I guess 1 in 9 chance. Flower into the White Tree. That doesn't. Thirsting Roots to proliferate. I mean, I guess it means Bristly Bill's not doubling the counters. Okay, so let's see. Put a number of 1 counters equal to the difference between the original power. 3, 4. Like, I have to somehow survive this. And... Okay. Well... Don't think I'm surviving anymore, because that's 11... Alright, yeah, I think that's pretty much... dead, because Sovereign's gonna double the power. Yeah, that's a pretty hard loss. Ooh, 18. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered if Averna had survived. Let's try that again. I just... Oh, God. I hate Hardened Scales decks. I hate them so much. What? They have no business being that big. Naysayer, hey, thank you so much for stopping by today. Alright, so we're on the play. Bloodbright Elf, Trumpeting Carnosaur. Not enough interaction early on. Ristic Study can potentially catch us up. We're up against Ragavan. I'm trying to think. Ristic Studies. Not enough to catch us up. Need to mull a little bit hard. Still no. This is like awful. Like actually awful. Because what? We capsizing wave, bounce an aggro card. Then let's try this again. Ooh. Ew, hardened scales decks. Yeah, I know, right? They have no business being that big. Who are you trying to impress? The what? The California forest? We got red walls over there. Okay, so 5-color good stuff with Kenrith the Return King. Maybe out of my league here. I might just be out of my league. Because the issue is that they're going first to like Guardian Project. I'm trying to think here. We're trying to. We can cascade with everything. Oof. What are we doing? I think I'm gonna take the free mall. Rhystic Study, Throws of Chaos, Thassa, and Risen Reef. Strictly, this doesn't actually like do anything, but there's at least a chance of us potentially catching up. This may have just been a trap. This may have just been a scenario where normal Karuka Companion Averna is actually just the worst thing to run. Opius. Oh, goddamn, I keep clicking past the revealed when I need to remember that I can just like look at their entire deck. We hit that extra land. We're not gonna be dropping the Risen Reef beforehand. Let's go ahead. We'll crack this now. Grab. Let's see. Probably. Let's grab some. Great Henge. Fantastic card, but not. It's this or the Great. It's a great stabilizer, but I think we're just not going to have a chance to actually, like, run it. I think we have exactly one turn. Oh, wait, no, we don't even have that because Kenrith is going to come down. We have one turn to play Averna and try and get something going. Panda Queen, hey, what's up? Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all are having a wonderful Tuesday night, wherever you are in the world. Oh, God. This is disgusting. I may have actually just completely misread the scenario. Because, like, if they... This deck is built around cascading, yes, but like they get to cascade too, and I think their cascades are going to be more beneficial than my cascades. How goes the Magic gaming? Not good. We were playing red deck wins, and now we're switching to something that is not win. Okay. So we can play Snow Covered. I could play Risen Reef. Let's put a counter here. All creatures gain haste. You know what? Fuck it. This gets us absolutely nothing. The opponent is several turns ahead of us in terms of like board development. But like, hey, we might get an extra land out of this. I think I'm done after this. I don't Ooh, Guardian Pro. Okay. They're going for more setup. That's really dangerous for me a long time because it means just constantly being able to refill your hand. Cultivate does not cascade into anything. Throws of Chaos might cascade into something. This is kind of like a double cascade. But if I don't hit a fourth land, then I just can't. Christ. So Let's see. Swing to me? I don't care about that. Okay, so we don't hit a 4th link. So then, how do we get out of this? We can drop Risen Reef as a potential blocker, except all creatures gain trample and haste, which means we just get run over. I need to start casting stuff that is going to cascade me. Averna's going to put, like, my tri-land into play, I guess. I just don't have the time for this. I can cultivate to, like, try and catch up turbo-wise. Maybe that's what I do. Cascade trigger. Averna gets to put it in whatever I want. I want my tri-land. And now we'll go ahead and grab Forest and Mountain. Put in Forest. Add Mountain to hand. Play Mountain. Pass turn. Well, we're in the game now. Theoretically. What is this? 4 damage to any target. 4 damage to any target, so Averna is gone. Prevent all non-combat damage to be dealt to you and creatures you control. Whenever a non-token creature enters, make it a unicorn. I mean, yeah, we knew that Averna was not going to stick around. I mean, the opponent hasn't done all that much just yet. So, like, there's still a chance. Although, you know, with this being 5-color good stuff, they don't have to do all that much. Like, just by virtue of having a full grip of cards and a full board. We're getting there. Now, if we top deck a land, we can Atali. That's probably our best shot at making any sort of a comeback. But with blue up, I wouldn't be surprised if they were holding up. Oh, never mind. It's the One Ring. Alright, so we can Fury and not do anything there, because Blessed Sanctuary prevents the non-combat damage. It's only... Oh. You know what? YOLO? Brazen Borrower. I can return...
Boom.
Actually, you know what? There's an idea. Let's bounce that to their hand. Hey, we're Matt. Thank you so much for the follow. There's Oracle the Alpha. So now our 3s do cascade into something. And do I don't want to pitch Atali to Fury. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. With Kenrith coming down and pumping everything, that's a pretty devastating loss. Yeah, I don't think the Cascade deck is the best for the Cascade event. Unfortunately, we can try a couple of other decks just to see like what happens though. Let's see. You know what? I'm curious. Let's try the fish deck. Let's see what happens there. Was there anything I needed to put in Cura? I don't think there was. Oh my god. Yeah, I really shouldn't be surprised that there's that many red decks wins in here. Sylvan Safekeeper isn't bad. Arrow can potentially get us there. Arrow's pretty strong in terms of like helping us catch up. Along with the Harrow, we have a Nimbus Sword to catch up. I'll hold on. I'll try this. I'm gonna go Sylvan Safekeeper first. We cascade through the entire deck. That's fine. Yep. We are not going to sacrifice the land to save the Keeper, mind you. Rack the Wooded Foothills. And they're going to get their Mox Amber. Yep, there's a Mox Amber. Alright. Tireless Provisioner. Alright, this is where the Safekeeper probably gets shot. And if that happens, well then I just kind of have to let it happen. Getting hit by Ragavan the once is not a big deal. The question just becomes Provisioner, Harrow, or Urgo first. And that's... Yep, that's a bolt. Yep. What is this? Enters target creature power less than, can't block. Yep. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna take the 4. They get the treasure. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this actually. Because then we get a chance to surveil and like take a look to see what Ragavan exiles. And if it's just a forest, we don't care. Alright. Rainstorm. Okay. Alright, so we have 2 options here. We can cast the Harrow. We can cast Uro. We can cast Provisioner. I think the Harrow probably gets us a little further up. I would not mind sacrificing the Pain Land for that. Let's just hit a Mana Dork. The Mana Dork will not be active. I'm trying to think. There's also the possibility of like a brainstorming to set up. We can't do that just yet. Yeah, I'm just going to sacrifice the coast so we can grab a couple of islands. Joint exploration. Okay. Fortunately, I cannot kick it. Oh, scry 2, draw a card. You know what? Then... Island... Okay. Now we can still brainstorm next turn. Set up. Oh, wait, no. That's not going to quite work. I can... Ew, Gold Spandrel. Hits the Bomat Curry. Yep, this is going to be, like, really, really aggressive. I'm going to brainstorm on the opponent's turn, though. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's brainstorm now. Brainstorm now specifically for Ragavan. Any that's a thing. Alright. So, waiting for the opponent here. What do I... Let's see, what do I put back? Let's see... They already have 2 treasure. Flooded Strand's probably not what's relevant. Nissa... Not necessarily relevant, but the Flooded Strand goes a lot harder with the Tireless Provisioner. Don't think we have a chance to play Verdant Rejuvenation. Put that back. Maybe put back the Nissa. I think that's what I think. I put that back, and then I am okay with them exiling a card that I have no intent of being able to cast this turn. Then I just redraw the next turn. Alright. Prisoner grabs form of an Arcane Signet. Alright, let's get to work, I guess. So I can play the Snow-Covered Island, get the Uro. I can play the Nissa. Come on, come on, come on, opponent. Wait, did you have 2 treasures? Oh my god, they did have 2 treasures. So if I had not chosen to get Nissa out there like this, I mean, I guess I could have played Kiora here. The mana off of Nissa is not matter here. Fortunately, I may have borked this. I actually may have borked this. Alright, so we have some blockers in play, but the opponent is going to be able to play a 2-drop to hit basically any sort of shock or burn to kill the prisoner. We might have one more turn here. Oh wait, no, that's a Torbran. Enters exile target instant sorcery from my graveyard. They can cast it. Torbran is going to add 2 to everything. So that's going to be 6 off the gold span. 4 more. Yeah, let's just go ahead and call this done. Yeah, I don't think Cascade Brawl is going to be all that great when everyone's on red deck wins in 5 color. I'm trying to think, because like we have a red deck wins that we can just like spit stuff out with. But I don't think anything else is going to be able to keep up with raw power. Because if you think about like the weakness of a 5 color decks, right, is that sometimes they can be a little slow. And then sometimes, you know, they just fall behind. They're trying to play like a control style to slow the game down so they have a chance to play all their really big haymakers that they have all the time. And cascading to be able to get those free set of cards actually just completely counteracts it. Meanwhile, the red deck wins are getting the double value. Getting double value, getting additional burns for playing their creatures and stuff. And like, that can be a lot of fun, but that's a lot faster than how I've built most of my decks, unfortunately. I don't think I can keep up with that speed. Meanwhile, Rhea Riptide Rogue. Prowess. Other creatures control prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. So this is going to be Cantrip's prowess deck, right? That is the case. Deafening Clarion could end up being good. Doesn't hit the Riptide Rogue, but it hit. Well, no, it hits. It hits Bria. The question is just becomes then like, is this good enough? Like, I don't have the white to actually run it. Chrome Lantern, Crabomination. We're gonna be on the draw, and we had the theater to try and dig for another land. This one seems a little bit better. Not like a lot. And okay, there's our white source. That helps. Leave the Bitter Tribe on top. We're gonna need the interaction here in a second. Alright, there's the Signet. So Bria can come down next turn. Fiery Sprite Dragon. Okay, that's like a long-term problem that I really not like to deal with. Discard a card, pay 3 life. Okay, so I think in this specific instance, I am going to discard Avacyn. For the very specific reason that I kind of need to value my life total in this matchup. Let's go Lantern. Next turn we can go ahead. We can drop Lisa. She's going to be bigger than most of the burn spells. They can still like Brazen Bar or bounce her back to hand and stuff like that. And ooh, that's a missed land. That's a missed land. But we take those. They do still have the 2 blue up. I'd rather they counter Lisa or rather they counter the draw power. I think I'd rather they counter Lisa. The next turn we might be able to get them on the Crabomination. Invert Polarity, no! Okay, they didn't get Lisa. Oh my god. Invert Polarity is definitely a card of all time. Because if they win the flip, they gain control of whatever spell was being cast. Let's see, this is exile card at random, right? You may cast a spell from on them without exile. Okay, so like, it just eats the invert polarity potentially. I'll just play the Crabomination. And then the Unholy Annex after that potentially draws us out. It's the top card of their deck, right? And that's an Herbivore. Alright, let's see if we high roll this. Alright, so we can cast any one spell. The Mox Amber is technically ramp, but I think I want the creature. We can use that Sprite Dragon as a way to block Bria for a turn. We also have the ability to just like make the 6/6 demon token. But I need to start okay. Yep, there it is. There it is. There's the cantripping. Can't be blocked this turn. Okay. All right, buckle up, everyone. It's officially race time. Yep. Target creature control can't be blocked this turn. Oh, that's right. She just has that. Right, she just has that. We managed to get lucky so far that they missed a couple land drops. A Scalding Tarn is going to make up for that. Yeah. Can't block with the Sprite Dragon. Alright. Villas. That's 5, 6. Potentially 7. Let's see, what is this? Cast this main phase. Give the Sprite Dragon a counter. And if they counter this, then we will just go ahead and play Kaalia, even though she's very likely just get shocked. Okay. Okay. Electrostatic Blast, targeting the Sprite Dragon. We're fine with that. That's not damage that's coming at my face. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, exile the top 3, you can play one this turn. If they grab a basic island, that's dangerous for me. That's actually really dangerous for me. No, they went with a Thundering Falls. Okay, so then, yeah, we can go ahead and play Kaalia. She might get shocked, but 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're still one land drop away from being able to play Villas. Worst case scenario, we can just make the 6/6 token. And there's Sacred Foundry. That's a way to play Villas. All it takes is just like one good turn. One good turn. And Bria is so like one teamer Battle Rage. And yep, okay. So they shoot Kaalia. Mana Drain. Okay. Let's see. Exile the top 3, you can play one of those cards this turn. Okay, so they don't get the mana drain for next turn. That's that. They probably play the Prodigy, right? I think it has to be the Prodigy. No, they're gonna go with a Bored Oculus instead. Alright, so they do get the Manifest Dread. They're down to a single card, so they're currently running out of Fubes. That Oculus is going to be part of what gets them through it. It also flies. It flies, it manifests. They have blockers for days now. Angel of Ruins is nice, not quite what I... It does get rid of the Signet. Other creatures control have prowess. They could just, like, fucking gun it. Like, I don't know that I am the beatdown right now. But I think because Bria just makes their cards unblockable anyway. So like that's already 8, 10. Casting 1 spell puts them up to 13. Casting 2 spells puts them up to 16 exactly. But only 2 of their creatures are unblockable. So this has to be a card that draws them a card. Glide Pathway. Treasure Cruise, and they're tapping out for that. Okay. Alright, they drew 3. They drew 3. Bria is unblockable. They hit me. I get to draw 4 cards. Okay. So we do get to Duress. We get to reanimate as well. We can Storm Breath, potentially. Dark Writ, even. How do we want to do this? Avacyn is not the one. Lisa is. Let's see. They're currently at 7. I can just, like, shrink down Oculus and then, like, swing in. I think that's fine. Yeah. I mean, that's going to cost me, like, what, 10 life? But... this also just, like, potentially draws me closer to a kill spell? No kill spell yet. Okay, there we go. There we go. The message was on the wall. That was really close. That was really close. I think Bria might actually be closer to the type of deck I was wanting to turn Layla into. Oh god, there's so many cards so many variants of blue-red I still need to try out. Incidentally, yes, I did see some of the Aether Drift spoilers today, including the titular Aether Spark. I have speculations, but no particular strong feelings right this second. I just know that Aether Spark is in fact a legendary planeswalker and therefore can be played as its own commander in Brawl. Take that as you will. It is also an equipment that you can grab with Stoneforge, and I do happen to have a Stoneforge. Amalia. There's Amalia. Okay. So then, riddle me this, Batman. Is a bolt and an abrade enough to keep an early hand when you have Rise of the Day? Probably not. This, like, we have some early interaction. Rise of the Day is a piece of the puzzle that helps us potentially catch up. But it's black-white, so it's very easily, like, a no-go either way. Now you're just mocking me. Okay. So, we have Angel of Runes, we have Bloodgift Demon. This hand just has the exact opposite problem, where it's way too slow. We gotta try better for this. Like, even with Kaalia having haste enabled, because it's black-white, it's very easy for them to hold up swords, Bitter Triumph, etc. Because Kaalia is mana value 4, it's also pretty easy for them to hold up Fetch Land into Fatal Push. And that hand, even though it has interaction, like, we get to Surveil, but it's still really, really dependent on us finding those extra lands before they have a chance to go wide. And that deck is going to have such an easy time going wide. This... I have a really hard time believing this hand can go the distance, but I don't think we really have that much of a choice. Black market connection, if it sticks around, does do more for us than just having everything perpetually effaced. Let's go ahead and grab red-white surveil. Runescar Demon. Runescar Demon with Ephemerate kind of goes wild, but I think we need to find either better interaction. We do have the Ephemerate, we have boots. We're probably using this to grab another Surveil Lamp. This is just to dig us down a little further. Deep Cavern Bat. That was going to be the plan. I should have played out the boots. Yeah, I should have played out boots. I didn't even think about that. Like, it's not necessarily wrong per se to say that you want to hold the boots in case like they have anything to blow it up, but yep, they take the abrade so that way they can't like bat. We don't just like kill the bat and get back whatever we want. Let's go ahead and crack this. Get the black white. Guaranteeing double white so that way we can play Gisela. Lisa is not what we want. Avacyn, also not what we want. This is where we are in deep shit. Missing a land drop. The frame rate is helpful if like we ever get any extra mana, but at this point they're taking the black market. Yeah, that's just our main way of ever actually catching up. And if I don't draw another land here, I think we just throw in the towel. If I give her runes just because they can get that back with Luris. That's a Storm Breath. That is... It's not what that'll happen sometimes. Logged it a couple times trying to get the land. It's just didn't. We could theoretically try putting Faithless Looting into the deck again to try and help smooth things out. It's cheap, it filters. Giver of Runes, Swiftfoot Boots, Lyra Dawnbreed. With Cavern of Souls, we're up against noted blue-white control deck haver Urza Lord Protector. Probably good to go. Like, this is play Giver of Runes on Cavern of Souls, name Cleric, play Giver of Runes. Well, not if they're gonna be just completely. Let's see. Need white no matter what. All these cards are white. Yeah, okay. There's a chance we may need to put Cavern of Souls onto Angel. Timeless Dragonkin, Plane Cycle, grab a Rusk Guardian Idol. Oh, Shadowy Backstreets. Okay, how do I want to handle this? I play the Windswept Heath and they pass. I don't get a chance to fetch because they can stifle it. Tail's End is a card that it does actually see play and it can stifle fetches. Shadowy Backstreet. Next turn, Swiftfoot Boots. Let's go ahead and Surveil. You know what? I'm gonna leave the Valgoth on. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get in with Giver of Runes. She can't protect herself. No reason to hold her back. Omori Vault. Pay 3, discard a card, look at the top X cards. Okay. So Urza tends to be like blue-white control with a, and sometimes with like a Paradox Engine combo. They do tend to have plenty of other ways to set things up. I'm gonna go ahead and crack the Windswept Heath. We're gonna shock in a Sacred Foundry. Here is Das Boots. Here is Boots on Giver. Pass the turn. I can Cavern Souls play Kaalia. Alright, there's Iron Crag, okay. Look at the Thalia's Lancer searches for a legendary card, so it can go ahead and grab Power Stone, which Urza lets him play for 4. And then potentially we have to deal with Walker Urza. Oh no, they grab Ugin instead. I don't know entirely what that says. Trying to think. I can play Kaalia. What happens if they wrath? I'm gonna time cycle this Timeless Dragon. Just grab my Tri-Land, play my Tri-Land, pass the turn. We're gonna take an absolute beating here, but we do get it back with Valgavoth. Avacyn may be a stronger playthrough. Hard to say. Everything's out of my hand at this point. The only card I can hold up is Ephemerate. And with Ugin coming down, like I don't get to swing at Ugin. Just don't. Guess I'd play Avacyn first. Avacyn gets around the Ugin. Alright. Alright. Risking it for the biscuit. Now they could still Farewell. They can still Cyclonic Rift. They have enough mana for that. They could River's Rebuke just as easily. But playing Avacyn means that they do need specific interaction. We have Giver of Runes if they have Swords to Plowshares. Like it just kind of cuts down their options. And if they exile Avacyn and then I get to untap with this board still, that's not the worst because we have Valgavoth coming down next turn and I think he's actually significantly more problematic. Well, probably draw 2 here, right? Because it's 7 mana. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're looking at Urza. It's an exile target non-land permanent. Yep. And there's the Reverse Rebuke. Yeah, I think we just call it there. Unless we get like an amazing top deck.
Truth lies beyond.
Because now they have Urza Online and we're completely reset. This is part of why I want to get the Flaren board because it does give us hexproof. I mean, like, hey, they needed an exact card that I named and they had it. So, like, what are you gonna do? Fair. Yep. No, Villas doesn't get us there. Jeez. Let's see. I would like to try and find some hand smoothing. I definitely want to make sure we have protection from those types of board wipes. Play a couple more games and then we'll see about making some tweaks. All right. All right. We are playing against. Am I on your stream? Yes, you are. You are absolutely on my stream. And this is gonna be Vow to Keeper the Flame. Makes a 3-run for each aura and equipment attached. That means the Fatal Push is actually really valuable. The Unholy Annex a little less so. Black Market, that's dicey. I think I keep this on the strength of the push. It's only really a problem if like they said perfect champion. Alright, let's think about this for a second. Is there a scenario where I would want to push this turn? Black market connection. Let's see, we want to drop the black market connection on. Two. This way, okay, now we can go ahead and play black market and still hold up fetch land for fatal push. It's not perfect. Also, we still need like... Alright, so swing out for 2, that's reasonable. Gisella's really... Let's drop our black market connection first, though. Because that does let us play Gisela, suit her up. Or even potentially play Kaalia, suit her up, swing anything, get Gisela going. We're taking the 2. Take the 2. A braid targeting the cold steel heart. Alright, you got it. Here's the real crux. I think we are cracking this and taking full monkey damage. Go ahead, get rid of the champion. And then... need treasure, we need draw, and you know what, I'll take this down. Crack that for a basic. And you know what? I'm a gambling kind of gal. Like... Null Elemental Blast. I don't know that I like that tech. Counter target multicolored spell or destroy target multicolored permanent. Like in that specific instance, okay, sure. Makes a 3-1. I'll just take the 3 here. Then... okay. Welp. This is interesting, alright. So, I would love to get the boots down. Boots help out a lot. I can play Gisela and just kind of pray that they don't have a bolt. Here's Gisela. Attempt to equip. And there's the bolt I concede. Yep, exactly the bolt. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this tech. Like, that just seems really narrow. Monocolor decks are so prominent in Brawl, like, that just turns that in, it just turns into a completely dead card. It's not like Winter Moon, where if you're playing the monocolor deck, you're not always going to get the benefit of shutting down an opposing player who's playing a lot of basics. Oh, it's a Luna combo. But even monocolor decks are still going to play like some amount of utility. Some of them go way too heavy on the utility, in my opinion. But you do get those gotcha moments. I guess if they're playing mono red, they might be playing like thrill discovery type stuff. But like that's just a really weird card to include. Like, and it had colorless requirements too. I don't know. We'll keep this because Brotherhood End might be able to mess up a lot of their artifact ramp. It's also just like a really good board wipe for when they try to stop the mutating. Let's go ahead and just grab our bolt right now. I don't want to give him a chance to stop. Having 2 Wraths helps. Avacyn here has Flash. She can be an anti-board wipe. With a Luna, typically it's just Omniscience combo. And to exile a non-land permanent. So... Yep. It's going to be all instants and sorceries. I don't get to punish this specific. Next turn, we might be able to do something. Send it back a land. If they decide to play out, say, Franco's command just to make a couple goblins, it does make the individual removal worse. Hopefully they're not playing Stone Rain. They could very easily be playing like all the 4-mana Stone Rain variants. Ill-timed explosion. Alright. I fucked up. Hold on. Okay, the mutate is 6 mana, so we still have like a turn. We're not out of this just yet. We can better try and response too. Back an island. I feel like I would prefer to hold the Bitter Triumph in case they go for a mutate. Otherwise, I can hold the mana and get Plane Cycling off. Make sure that we hit another land. We could probably use Angel Runes to grab another basic mountain just in case something happens to the lantern. Tap in the snow-covered island. So they're gonna draw off Growth Spiral. It's fine. There's basic island. We just have to stick the landing and then like get a real good haymaker to help us out. Let's go ahead and cycle away this angel. We will grab... Let's grab Elegant. There's a basic. Here's Elegant Parlor. Play that. Don't need another basic Swan. Then... I think we just sit on this. Attempt to flash in Avacyn at the end of their turn if we need to. I mean, this is just like 2 cowboys in the old West staring at each other, waiting for the other to, you know, pull out their pistols. See who tries to shoot first. The old Mexican standoff. We've also hit the mana portion where we don't strictly need to be playing Kaalia for this, so like, you know, there is also that. Like, we still have her as an option. I'd like to put the Elemental Incarnations in here too, I think. Fury, Grief, and Solid... Or not Solid. Was it Solid? Yeah, it is Solitude. Fury, Grief, and Solitude are all nice. Ow. Ooh, that was really crunchy. Did y'all hear that? Ugh. Mystic Sanctuary. What are you putting on top? Real-time explosion? No, they're just gonna grab another ramp spell. Okay. I mean, they're gonna grab another emergency. So that's fine by me. They want to do that instead. Right now, they're tapping out. Bit of Triumph gets held. Right, okay. 1-1. And then what? Let's go ahead and we'll flash in Avacyn. If they have any sort of interaction, then Avacyn eats that. We're clear to wipe the board with Brotherhood. We could even play like Wrath of God, but I think if Brotherhood gets the job done, then we're probably better off playing Brotherhood. Ah, there's definitely... I see. You know what? Let's try this. This will give Avacyn a lifelink. Which, you know, that's always a nice little comfy spot to be in. Opponent currently trying to decide how they want to respond. No? Okay. Now, this does mean that Avacyn is, like, boltable. And then we'll pass the turn. We still have Bitter Triumph. What Instant Speed token producer could they have? Confounding Riddle? Okay. So they chose not to counter Avacyn. Instead, they decided to hold Riddle and to dig a little deeper. Currently have a 5-turn clock. I could play Kaalia. And then that makes anything else we do a little easier. Avacyn does turn into a 6/5 if anything else control has eyes. Which matters more like in a bolt sense than in a counterspell sense. Could also like try cracking the Mind Stone. Into the fire. Put a number of cards in your hand at the bottom and then draw that many? Okay, so they're taking a mulligan. Draw that many +1, so they do just get to, like, the refresh. That's also not a bad card in case they get stuck with, like, their Omniscience in hand. Omniscience, enter the Ifnit. They wouldn't play Thassa's Oracle. Exile cards at the top of your library into exile non-land, put that card onto the battlefield or into your hand. There's Sarah's Emissary. That's kind of exactly what I was talking about. That might be a reason to play Kaalia. I think I will. 5... Yeah, I'm not ready to crack that just yet. Like, we can still hold up Bitter Triumph. Yep. Mana Drain. It's really good. Ramps him up by 4. Ooh, that's brutal. I actually did look this up because I was wondering exactly how powerful Mana Drain was. And it's worth exactly 1 point on the Canlanders point list. Like that's actually a really... Alright, let's solve the equation. So they can Time Warp, get a redraw. That doesn't necessarily win them the game, but that is a thing they can do. Theoretically, they have 14 cards in their graveyard. They could get the Delve Time Walk and then cast a spell to copy it. So, like, that is a real thing that could happen. I can't actually cast Kaalia again until I have 2 more mana. I need to hold up Bitter Triumph. Okay, so the planes solve the equation. They're not just snap grabbing time warp. Uh, they oh my god, they failed. They couldn't figure out what to grab in time, so the timer just had them fail the search. Huh. Well, GG. Yeah, we don't need you don't need mastery orbs. Okay, so first thing I'm thinking about is defense grid. We are thinking about just like the evoke elementals. Let's see. We are thinking about tutors. Very specifically. What are the last lines? And creatures you control getting double strike. This is a 4-mana tutor for a legendary card. That's not cool. Knight of the White Orchid is ramp. Like, it's kind of awkward ramp, but like that might actually be worth cutting a, say, a Guardian Idol out. Like, it's a lot more restrictive, but it searches for any planes card it puts into play. So we just have to make sure we have double white when we have it. That might actually work. Plus, it's a 2/2 first striker. That's actually really good on the ground. As opposed to, say, like a Clarifier Bricks. Alternatively, you're looking at like Birth of Meletis, which will make a 0/4 wall, which can block, but doesn't block like nearly enough, especially against the aggro decks. Demonic Council is really nice to have because it searches for any demon, and we're pretty much looking for demons always. Demons are our card advantage. What else were we thinking? Buried Alive, if you want to go for more the Reanimator route. This isn't the Dana Seeker build, so I don't want to go as hard into Reanimator. Pickaxe. We're probably grabbing the flares. Probably grabbing at least the red and the white one. I don't know if the black one is as good. Try putting Here in here too. Don't have the Obnix list, unfortunately. Okay. Flare of Fortitude. I like Flare of Fortitude because it lets me sacrifice Kaalia and keep the bigger stuff around, so that is relevant. Flare of Duplication. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. Choose new targets for the copy. This, if it was like a redirect, right? Like this is really nice for the Brawl combo decks. I thought that this was going to be more of a either a redirect or a not a reverberate. Oh god, Wild Ricochet. I thought this was going to be closer to Wild Ricochet, but it's not. I don't think Flare of Malice gets there then. I think we do think about Teferi. Teferi's Protection, very nice. I don't think if we're working out on Teferi's Protection, we don't need to worry about Boros Charm. So this is what we're currently. Black Market Connection is a lot. Theoretically, Whip of Erebos and all of our other lifelink angels will help us come back from that. We're not running the Dracosaur because I don't want to exile the really expensive cards and then not be able to play them. Not playing the Brood Dragon that tutors into exile because it tutors into exile. Let's see. I like crashing drawbridge, but that might just be too much. I think I might need to not worry as much about haste, with the exception of mass hysteria. Especially if it's on a creature. It's a pretty clean swap to take out Guardian Idol for Knight of the White Orchid. There's that. Go ahead and put the defense grid in there too. Grand Abolisher. That's a card I usually put in my list here. Like, just more ways to like keep Kaalia protected. Dark Rid is helpful. The Mox Amber helps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what? Currently we've got 38 creatures. We probably trimmed that down a little bit now. We don't want to trim down too many creatures. We also have to remember that like a good chunk of those creatures are just utility, so it's like 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At these 7, so like it's actually like 31. Screlven Giver, I feel like you want to hold on to those to protect Kaalia. Perfectly fine. Let's see. Oh, and then there's the Witch Enchanter General over here. And when you get down to it like that, you don't necessarily have nearly as many cards as what you thought you did. Breath, Ghost Band. Doom Whisper is fine. Both Timeless and Angel of the Ruins are cyclers, so like that's cool. Can I just be real for a second? I am struggling so much more with Kaalia the Vast than I ever did with Zenith Seeker. Like, Zenith Seeker actually managed to set itself up pretty nicely as a reanimator deck. Like, it was like Zenith Seeker just solved the problem of like being able to dig for the creatures that you needed to rifle through, and then all of the rummaging and discard fed into itself very nicely. I'm probably going to end up updating that deck here soon. I want a Vast to work so badly. All right, let's think about this some more. Rise of the Day. Creatures you control have haste, and legendaries are... Oh, that's perfect. Fine. I think we cut out full package. Like, it may actually just behoove us to not include Furious or Solitude. I don't know, that's really hard to like justify, yeah. So on the one hand, we have plenty of pitch targets that would just like sit in our hand otherwise, and we can replace them pretty well. On the other, it would be easier just to include a reanimation package. Enchanter. How many lands? Land count is currently 35 without. Keeping catch the Enchanter and also Fellow Profane. So it's 37 with the MDFs. Which is probably a little greedy, but then also we are including tons of rocks. I didn't notice a ramp problem before. Replacing the idol with the White Knight is very specifically a board presence decision. I don't know that I necessarily noticed a remove issue either. Mostly what I'm thinking of is protect Kaalia. So if that's going to be the case, if we're not noticing a removal issue, then we don't need to run Fury or Solitude. We do want to find room for Grand Abolisher. We do want to find room for green. And then, like, I guess the benefit of including Witch Enchanter is to just have the naturalized effect on save. I don't think we can afford to cut that and just replace it with another land. You're running how many basics? 3, 2, 3. Not ideal. Still need to cut like 6 cards. Various Protection is absolutely one of the ones I want to run. Your life total changes, and permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible. This doesn't actually protect our board. What am I thinking of? Metropolis Reformer. You could try playing Reformer in here. I don't mind that. Reformer's actually been surprisingly like solid. You have Planeswalkers you control have the chosen type have hexproof. We're not playing Leyline Sanctity. Enduring Angel gives you hexproof. That's honestly like not a bad card to flash in with Kaalia. I don't know if that's what we wanted to be doing. I think we just play the Reformer then. We can play Enduring Angel if we put out other. Like, not Lyra. Maybe Baneslayer. Like 3 pips is a lot, but that's actually good incentive to try and get her out with Kaalia. And then Reformer kind of does exactly what I was hoping the Flare would end up doing. Harry can help with card selection. She does also remove enchantments, tapped artifacts, and tapped creatures. I like her a lot better in the shell. All right, what are we still trying to like fit in here? Still trying to fit in like the Demonic Council. Perfectly fine. Yeah. Black Market Connection is just like that's too fast. It might. But a treasure and a draw and a token, that's a lot. Maybe it's worth actually replacing that with Mirror the Fable Breaker. I don't think Fable has like a lot of fantastic targets, but like realistically, how often is Fable sticking around as a creature anyway? Yeah, that just might be so much better. Stormbreath. It's pro. There's no Aurelia because I don't really think any of the Aurelias are particularly synergistic with Kaalia. Oh god, I want to get soon. Let's see. Put in Fable the Mirror Breaker and try a little bit. Okay, come on. We can figure this out. Look, Kaalia targets in the. Ask yourself exactly what you did to come back here. I want to play Whip of Erebus. Whip of Erebus is like so good. Let's see. Ramp. Make sure the ramp. Right spot. Do remove? That's an 8. That's an 8. It's off. Push is always good to have. Am I not running towards the share? Why am I not running towards the shares? But maybe they accidentally cut somewhere. We're still at the 6 mark. Whip is just... I'm gonna put this in ramp because of the token, but like let it be known that it's not necessarily. Let's relook for dark rig. It's just protection. Oh yeah. Maybe it's the Mox Amber that we actually cut. Kind of like protection. Else with that, Grand Polish shirt, fairy protection. Like, yeah, we're going all in on protecting her. Let's see, I guess boots are more of a haste enabler than a protection. Let's reanimate. Let's see. Then it comes down to Unholy Annex, Whip, and Reanimate. Well, Annex drains 2 and draws its cards immediately. Whip. Yeah, you're right. The Whip is like just kind of the most inherently non-synergistic piece. If we had it like a sneak attack, then maybe there's a case there. I think the sneak attack actually works really nicely in Zenith's Seeker. Less so for Vast. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Leave Rising of the Day. Leave Mass Hysteria. Ephemerate. Versus Scrub. Duress. Sure. We need to make like 3 more cuts. What would they say about girls that keep cutting remove deck? They don't get to remove cards. Metropolis Reformer, Angel Finality. Like I could see cutting Angel Finality. I have it in there as utility. I want to hold on to the Reformer. We can cut Lymphala, leave Androna in Lymphala. Then Timeless Dragon? The Timeless Dragon's... Timeless Dragons. That'll get us back on the club. Alright. We're back on the road. On the road again. I can't wait to get back on the road again. I've been mashed up with Ral again. He's casting time warps and reverberating. Fire of Insanity is pretty nuts if we can get that down. We have Arena of Glory, Arid Mesa. We can use Fable the Mirrorbreaker to loot away Terror and Avacyn. Yeah, I think that's a game plan. We have Orc here as well. Let's go ahead and crack this. Grab Ellie. Orc's gonna try land everything we have. Toss away the Burning Rune Demon. Okay, talking. There's the Urborg. Go ahead, drop that. Next turn, drop Talking Numa into the Fable. Then we can exert Arena of Glory. Incinerator the Guilty. Route Crackling Wit does like the plus and make a lot of auto tokens. But, let's see. Avacyn's not going to be as much of a help to us. Very specifically. because they're gonna have bounce. Like, she can shield us from bolts. Alright, let's see what happens. If they play Ral Zarek, I'm gonna do the happy dance. Nope, it's just Prismari command to get 2 treasures. Okay, so drop Avacyn, drop Terror. Okay. This is interesting. I don't think I'm not playing Arena. I could drop Sire of Insanity, but in a scenario like this, it's just kind of gonna be better to attack their hand. Alright, so they had Spell Pierce, Route, Windfall, Mastery, and Wash Away. That's not a surprise. Take away the Wash Away. And then let's go ahead and Thought Seize them. They can Spell Pierce. Ral doesn't do a whole lot. Unexpected Windfall is probably the biggest thing. Alright. Next turn. It's Kaalia time. Alright. That do be a Ral Zarek. Now plus. Draw 3, discard 2. I could try getting really greedy and play like Blood Gift Demon first. Ral Monsoon Mage.
Another day, another job.
And Reflection of Kiji. Okay, let's think about this for a second. They have Mizzix's Mastery. Potentially play Unexpected Windfall. This now becomes, I want to get rid of Monsoon Mage. They can copy Mizzix's Mastery and copy what? Unexpected Windfall and Command? No matter what, I'm exerting this. That I am gonna cry because I don't have white. I fucked up. Oh god, I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about that. That's a shame scoop. That is a shame scoop. I'm not ashamed to shame scoop. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Emrakul the Promised End as a command. So we need to have the fastest payout period. Very likely to be Eldrazi. Ancient Copper Dragon is not enough. Give her runes on 1 land. Damnation. Guess. Play our Tri-Land, play Plains, play Defense Grid. Next turn, Confluent, a Ganjo, I guess. Alright, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Currently at 13. I can play Mana Confluence, but this may just be too slow. Alright, yeah, Mightstone, Meekstone. Heals give of runes. Alright, they've used one of the few removal spells they have. They do get a draw out of that. And I just kind of have to hope that I get a chance to run out the Runescar Demon. 3, 4. If you tap a permanent for colorless, you get an additional colorless. So that's currently 6, 8. Null Elemental Blast. Okay, that makes a lot more sense in this deck than otherwise. Double colorless. Do I draw anything that gets me out of that? No. Alright. Like, I don't even know if that necessarily wins them the game, right? Like, they get 2 Emrakul triggers, they can take 2 of my turns, and at best, all they can do is play Damnation and take 2 draws for me. Like, unless they draw lands, they can't even, like, get rid of Kaalia forever. But, like, I don't want to sit through them trying to play my deck for me. Ido, Bane of Nightmares. This is the ninjutsu one. Ninjas get +1/+1, taps a creature, surveil, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life. So this is either ninjas or blue-black control. I can... That's it. Grand Abolish is worth holding on to this for. Brotherhood End, I'm going to hold on to that. Seems like a card. Relevant in the sense that if it is ninjas, they're going to play a lot of, a lot of really small, cheap cards like that. Crack Pig's Mag Vista. Go ahead and grab Plains. I could play the Grand Abolisher, but then I lose out the Brotherhood End. If I draw a third untapped white source, I do get to hold up. Right. Alright, so they are going to Jitsu. Alright. No ninja power. Sweet. Is this where I want to play? I can't. Wait, no. What am I talking about? I can't even play Brotherhood's End. I just don't get to. They do get a chance to like kill the Abolisher. I'm 1 land away from being able to play Wrath or Brotherhood End. Genius Prodigy. Beginning of your upkeep, if it has 1 or more counters on it, you may remove a counter to draw a card. Let's go ahead, shock this in. We'll play our Grief. See exactly what they have cooking. Wash Away doesn't do anything right now. Unblock Subtlety actually is a problem. Memory Lapse, a little less so. They have to tap out for black market connections. They're stuck on a land. I think I take out the free spell. The spell that's also a creature. I mean, they can't play like any of that up my turn. So maybe that was actually a moot point. But if anything happens to the Grand Abolisher, the free spell is what's potentially cause problems. Mass Hysteria. Cats and dogs living together. It says Skulk. Can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. That's a really strong ninjutsu turn. Don't think I Wrath of God. Just go ahead, we'll play Kaalia. I guess that's the other thing too. Taking out the subtlety does mean that you just get rid of a 3/3 flyer that blocks Kaalia. If they can still play Kaalia on their turn to do that. At this point, oh yeah, Kaido can actually tap Kaalia down.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles. Sit down.
Ephemerate's real.
Rethink your life.
Ephemerate is real. Now, Grief goes in, Grief attacks, Grief kills the Changeling Outcast. I do still have Ephemerate. I'm gonna decide if that's actually worth it. I could Ephemerate the Grief, actually. That would actually be really, really, really funny. If I swim with the Grand Abolisher, do they... You know what? Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they block. Yep, okay, so they are offering a trade. Joke's on you. There's no choice. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and rip a new card out. Look at that. Then, also here's a Giver of Runes. And then... Mass Hysteria. Everything's going to have haste, including my Giver of Runes. Which means Grief is now a real blocker. That Black Market connection can actually...
Never underestimate my skills.
Yep, they're really churning through that. I could give her a rune. Unblock Ninja tap. That sucks. I guess we are absolutely Brotherhood ending then. So that's gonna be the case. We need to save the Grand Abolisher. What's gonna happen if that's the case? I give her runes pro red Kaalia. I can also just like exile the still. Really just about keeping them from gaining more life. I would love to. Sorry. Yeah, let's do it like this. Block there, tap, throw black. Like they do get a lot of life there. Yep, that's a massive, massive swing. Okay. Now or never. I guess I can still swing with the group, right? Ooh. Oh boy. So then throw black the grief? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Gods, this is... Oh wait, hold on, that's 3 damage to each creature in each planeswalker. Yo!
Next time, I'll win.
Right. We're living on a prayer. Their counter spells are online again. I did not think about the fact that the changelings were going to be a problem. and like, my Mass Hysteria is double cutting me. No! I mean, it's not so bad if I hit like a Valgroth, right? Like the Mass Hysteria better, just like scenarios. It's 5 damage I'm eating. I have to draw real good here. Wait, then why play the feature optive pre-combat? That's a... Ew. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all. What would I rather? Kind of staple effect. Help me out a lot. Not even just like a frenzy to read it. The rate is too slow. It's too slow. Say it's too slow. I will not go. What do I do with or without you? Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Why did this is it? Oh my god! Because it's the alchemized. Because it's the alchemized alchemy version. It has it's arena. Okay. I guess the one. Could also like find a spot for Shoulderage. A good, just classic mid-range card. Guess the One Ring does keep you dying on crackback. Maybe it's something like Lily. Maybe Lily of the Veil would not be a bad option. Gosh. Nashy Illusion Gadgeteer. Getting hit with the beating this week. Alright, so the opponent gets to go first. Our best play is Cold Steel Heart with Arena of Glory. If we top deck into a land, we can drop, say, Dire of Insanity, which is not like the greatest against Nashi. Man, I really want you against Control. This is kind of like Control, except Nashi just like brings things back. What happens in like another life? What happens in a world where I go... Crack this land. This is always going to grab a mountain. Should have thought about that. Should have thought about the fact that this is always going to grab red, which is good but not ideal, which means we're grabbing Triome. Means Cold Steel Heart goes on white. This is too much. Sapphire Medallion. Ah, Foothills. Okay. Okay, how do we want to do this? Play Foothills, crack this. I need to grab a white source. Shock in the Sacred Foundry. Ow. And then put the Cold Steel Heart also on white. Nope, that's a negate. Ow. Well, that was a really well-timed negate, and like I knew that was a possibility, but it's like you're not gonna not play the Cold Steel Heart. Nashi probably grabs another negate here. In which case, if I don't draw anything worth playing, I'm gonna play Demonic cancel. Ah, no. Best demon. Valgavoth. Alright, it's top deck territory. And if we don't get this, we're never getting this. Because now Nashi can literally sit on... Oh, yep, they grabbed Vista, okay. Elvish Mystic. We need something that produces red or white blood. Ephemerate. Instant land drop. Nope. Getting the Steel Heart was brutal. That may have been Davriel's Soul Broker. Okay. Davriel's Soul Broker, Grief, pitching the Blood Gift Demon. Enough. Spell the Profane, Wrath of God. Damnation, Rise of the Day, Wear and Tear. This might work. The Damnation doesn't do anything. Unfortunately, this is too reliant on us trying to find some sort of gas or interaction. Let me just put it this way. I don't think we ever beat Davriel. Like, in terms of like mono black control decks, Davriel is one of the strongest unequivocally. If we manage to top deck into something, let's go ahead. Wooded Foothills. I don't think I say no to that because that is just another look. Okay, here's Rise of the Day. They could feed the Swarm right. This. They could just like eat that, take the 3. Giver of Runes is not the worst. I'm absolutely going to tear them a new one. So here's land. Here is Destroy Target Enchantment. Here is Give of the Runes does have haste. Ah! I didn't even think about that. Like, I could have attacked with Kaalia and then gotten the Ancient Copper Dragon in and also played Giver and held up Teferi and everything like that. Whoops. Yep. I completely forgot that I had haste enabled and my opponent tapped out. That's a Sholdred, yep. Do not have any left? Got me a basic mountain then, I guess. There's a duress, just because. What do they have in the graveyard? They have Troll. And like, I sacrificed the ancient. I have to sacrifice a creature to Sholdred, so I lose the Ancient Copper Dragon. I'm honestly surprised that they're playing Shoulder. Like, normally they just don't bother. Dragon Lord Culligan. Interesting one. Let's see if we high roll this. Because, like, if we get, like, 9, 12, don't mind if I do. Well, then. All right. Ah, motherfucker. Till your turn, life total change, and you gain protection. Alright, there's the parry's protection. So, have fun time warping. Now, this isn't like a win. Like, we're very much in this, but only by the skin of our teeth right now. If they have any sort of instant speed interaction, I just sacrificed Kaalia. I can just replay Kaalia. Well, that's Arena. Alright, do we get there? Well, it can happen. Any given Sunday, am I right? GG. Yeah, I definitely goofed up. Not taking the full swing in to just like get full value of the Age of Copper Dragon, but like, hey, you know what? Sometimes you get lucky. They had like no removal in their hand. That's almost usually never the case. At least like every other instance I had to play against Davriel, it's been removal dot deck and like hard removal dot deck. Think if it's worth playing Lily of the Veil or not. This is, by the way, this is Perforos Bronze Blooded, which means that this is the pay 3 sneak attack. Other creatures you control have haste. Like, this is a really if we can get Avacyn going, this is a great. Start off with the theater. Leave the Cavern of Souls on top. Not because we're going to necessarily rely on Cavern, but because I do want to get to a point where... Alright, there's Guardian Idol. Let's see. We're playing against Mono Red. I'm going to crack this Windswept Heath now. Just to grab a basic. Then we are dropping Rising of the Day. Alright, so enters, drop your hand, Worm Coil Engine, Tech Edge, take the Abrade, drop Rising of the Day, pay the 1. Pass the turn. We'll play Cavern next. Flash in Avacyn, and then none of their cards deal with it. Unknown card is a Mind Stone? Alright, they're cooked. They could still, like, race us on the Perforos. That is true. This does... This is going to cost me a life, and that might matter in the long term, but I want to, like, say there's a thing. Alright, here's Avacyn. There's just nothing that Red can do now. They might have a Chaos Warp. They have a Worm Coil Engine that could potentially race. I only have one Thoughtseize in graveyard, so I can't actually, like... It's interesting. Alright, how do I want to do this? Let's... try and draw a new card. That's the Braid. We Abrade, knock out Mind Stone. We Abrade, kill the Worm Coil Engine. Alright, I'm all for that. Oh wait, no, they're dead anyway. What am I thinking about? They're dead anyway. Way overthinking things. Way overthinking things. GG. I mean, hey. You never know. They could have some random card in a zone that I don't know about. There was not. We had perfect information. There was no reason not to just take the swing there. I will say, I do think the idea of having a brand new vehicle set is good. I've been waiting for a new vehicle set specifically so I could just like bolster myself and try and have some fun with something. There's the anti-flash vehicle in mount deck. That's kind of cool, but that's not really like what I want to be doing per se. Jolly Balloon Man. This guy is basically a red-white blink deck, except instead of necessarily blinking, making many copies. I don't think the duress on its own enough here, and the Phyrexian Arena is really slow. The Wrath of God could potentially catch us up. The Scalding Tarn fetches for black-white. As long as we hit like a third land, we can Chrome Lantern, drop Wrath of God, wipe the board. The opponent gets to go first. I think the Wrath of God is what sells this for me. Wait, no, this... Once again, I've forgotten that this is not the right fetch land. So, we are going to have double black, but we're not going to double white until the Chrome Lantern comes out. And that means... I'm going to... Stuff. I'm gonna have to... Unless I grab the Trio. Unless I very specifically grab the Trio. Alternatively, I grab the Surveil land so I can try and dig for that third land, and that is actually just way more important. I think grabbing that third land. What I crave. We do have a defense grid. Makes it a little easier for us to potentially play catch up. We have the option of going Chrome Lantern into Duress. Grand Abolisher just completely defeats the... Oh, alright, there's defense grid. Well, you know what? Hey, you know what? We didn't care about casting spells on your turn anyway. Yep. I really need to hit that land, please. Get there. Alright, now let's just... Sentinel, Solitude, and Inquired Captain. So, if they hit a land, they can play the Captain, and that's bad for us. Otherwise, they're just playing the Sentinel. Jolly Blue Man with Solitude is really strong. And Ragavan, but Ragavan is not being dashed out. Discard the Inquisitor. Seek a card with mana value similar. They do get a redraw off the Sentinel unless I draw. I do not get the redraw. They do get the draw. We get a lot of value there. Now we can play the Reformer. That's a Mox Amber. And that's Arena of Glory. And that's victory. Grand Abolisher, Defense Grid, same hat. Yep. I think that's about right. That's a good one. Oh, and we got the level up too. So, double check that Mastery Pass, by the way. We are currently in the last 20 days. Aether Drift pre-release is February 7th, I believe. So we are not, yeah, we're not going to have any issue getting the rest of our mastery pass. I'm still trying to think about what we're missing here. Would be grand if just had a few more options. I may need to rework the deck a little bit to have some more of the tricolor cards if Pro Mox is going to come to Arena. That is something I'm really excited about. I think Kaalia needs a lot of fast mana. I think we need mana, period. This is not going to get us there, no matter how you slice it. We can try going Bloodstained Mire, turn 1 into a Surveil land, into Rising of the Day, but then hit like a 4th land on top of that. Teferi's Protection with Phyrexian Arena is not bad. Confluence, Urborg. Urborg is awkward because it mana fixes them as well. What are you gonna do, I guess? Just the nature of the matchup. Ugh. There's the delay halfling I would love to be able to bolt. What are we? I could grief him. I could grief him and it would do absolutely nothing. Because Nashi will just get it back. Ripples of Undeath, that's a strong one. Alright, so here's Sulphur Springs. I am going to play the Grief anyway, because at least this way it makes them play the Nashi to get it back. Okay, so it's prime time, Psych Rift, assemble a team. I think it's Psych Rift. I think it doesn't matter anymore because they have Karn's Temporal Sundering. Shoulder the Apocalypse, Inquisition of Kozilek. Those are all really good. Shoulder makes my Phyrexian Arena really god off. I need to play the arena next turn. Glarb. That sure do be Glarb. I'm gonna go ahead and play Doom Whisperer here, with the understanding that I'm going to try and find... Am I running Bajuka Bog? No, I don't think I am. I think I was not... I opted not to run Bajuka Bog because I was running Angel of Finality. But now Angel of Finality has left the building, so to speak. They have 4 mana. They can grab virtually anything. What am I grabbing that shuts them off? Like, hard. What is an answer? Temporal Manipulation. Let me pose a question to you, chat. If a Nashi deck plays Temporal Manipulation, is the problem that there are like 6 different time walk effects on Arena right now? Or is the problem that you actually just have a commander that lets you time walk at instant speed? Like, legitimate question. Like, you can argue that time walk effects are the problem since, you know, extra turn effects are just stupid powerful. But, like, the ability to create copies out of nothing and give them flash. Shifting Woodlands has Summoning Sickness, so it can't turn into Shouldered right this second. I can do Fairy's Protection, kind of. Stop, like, a time loop effect. It means I get at least 1 turn. Sephara, Skyblade. You don't help out. Neither does Deafening Clarion. We're gonna have to make these decisions really quickly because I do not anticipate I do not anticipate being long for this world. Thoughtseize. Kind of unfortunate how like any kind of spell recursion just immediately goes to extra turns. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just kind of like a factor of the game, right? Because Eternal Witness is already a card, Archaeomancer's on Arena now. So like there's already a ton of different ways to get Time Warp back. But Nashi is just always available in the command zone. Storm Breath. I will go to 1 for this, because if I don't go to 1, Rizzo Brand doesn't do anything here. The problem is Nashi's weight is too low. I'm going to dismiss that immediately by saying that it doesn't matter how Nashi is weighed. You are just going to get randomly matched up. Even if you're playing like a lower power deck. The Profane doesn't quite... Like it is removal. Like the weight helps in terms of like making sure that Nashi gets matched up against decks that are similarly strong. But that doesn't actually like balance Nashi the card. Wow, we had to go through like a crap ton of defense grid. Is it defense grid? Is defense grid what we crave? Maybe. Maybe. Yep. So like the weights do a good job of like matching you against similarly powered opponents. But if you're a low power deck or a higher power deck or whichever, it doesn't really change how Nashi is working, you know? Because if I'm playing just random experimental deck where I'm brewing with a commander, I still have to deal with the fact that Nashi is flash speed. Yep. So there's Nashi. Nashi gets back the temporal manipulation. And Grief is going to get cut down regardless. I can cast the Teferi's Protection and, like, keep myself sane. But I don't have any outs in my deck. So, like, I would rather just boot up a new game than try and pull back a win from this. Because I don't know if I even could. It's just not a very interactive card. Yeah, that is literally the problem. You can interact with it kind of, but you have to be playing in that control role too. Like if I was playing, say, Ojutai, Malcolm, maybe Derevi or something like that. Like I've had games before where I've played I've even played Hilda and been matched up against Nashi and still managed to like get close to the win because I'm able to actually interact with the stack. But if you're not a deck that interacts with the stack at all, then Nashi gets really brutal unless you can out aggro them with something like a squeeb. But at that point, they're usually like a Sultai control build too. Outside of that counters, you really can't stop Nashi from grabbing anything, yeah. And like here's the thing too, right? You can play graveyard removal as most decks should. Most decks, even if this is Brawl, not Commander. Some things just do not translate, including some form of incidental graveyard hate does translate though. So when we took out our Angel Finale, we did kind of take that out, and I don't want to be running too much. Maybe like a Relic Progenitus or something like that would work. If we're gonna get matched up against Nashi, that's not a bad idea actually. But you do have to actually like take into account the fact that Nashi can flash in, conjure a copy of a card into their hand, and save whatever time warp or effect they want to save from their graveyard. Like, that is a problem. Now, I'm curious as to what exactly Nashi was saying in his matchmaking data before the buff. I am so curious on that. We'll never get to see it because, like, you know, gamers do be gaming, but it's just so interesting. It's one of the few times I think that they actually legitimately made a mistake with the balancing. Elspeth Conqueror's Death would be a nice little range card. We are not running Farewell. We could probably run Farewell. Maybe we should run Farewell. I'm running the lower cost RAS very specifically to try and stop the go wide. Farewell is really strong. It's also kind of slow, but we're also hitting that magic number with the ramp cards. I'd like to see if I can find something that's a little more elegant. Like, if we could find room for Angel Finality to come back. Do have like a little bit of flicker. It's really hard to say. Like, we're already trying to like get this to a point where we could just play big card and then smash. And I'm not gonna worry about it too much right this second because we are getting close to the end of stream. It is what it is. Just find ways to like squeeze in some organic graveyard hit would be fantastic. I don't know that it's in Angel Finality. That would be nice. We could play the Boggart Trawler to try and get that Paducah Bog effect. It is also a black card that we could pitch to Grief. Am I willing to cut out another land for that? I might. I might be. Wily Duke? That's in Hero. That's one I don't really get to see. This is going to be an easy throwaway. Much better. We have a Dark Writ. Dark Writ hits us into what exactly? Gets us a turn 2 Fable. Then not a whole lot else. Could be a turn 3 Enduring Angel. Not really though. The Prismatic Vista would have to grab us a swamp, and then we only have that double white. Fable is like a strong card to help lead on. Can help us dig. Deafening Clarion against Wily Duke. Could slow things down for us. I think the Fable is strong enough in terms of like filtering things out that I'm willing to do that. We gotta be careful about when we fire up that duel. This is just one of those scenarios where this is a little awkward. Just go ahead and crack this now. Get the F6 value. But this is an instant! You don't get the value! SMH. Imagine not getting value. Iron Crag. Okay, that kind of helps out a bit. Not like a massive amount. I think we're still playing Fable on curve. But now we have options. Oh, Jasper Sentinel to tap the Wily Duke. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. They're leaving white open. The issue here is that Arena of Glory with Battlefield Forge makes double red, and then we don't have white unless we play the Iganjo first. I'm gonna hold up the Arena. All it does is draw them a card and gain a. We play this first, we lose our little goblin token. And then Enduring Angel also gets a little worse. How do we feel about that? I might just play the Dark Writ so that way we can actually play both. I think I like that. I did not count on this though. I did kind of mess up just a skosh because I forgot that we don't have the double red. I would have needed to play there. I'm losing it, chat. I'm losing it. I'm absolutely losing it. Absolutely biffed it. We just threw away that arena for no reason. Where's my punt counter? I don't have a punt counter. I pretend I'm a good player, but I'm not. Okay. They get to do a thing. Oh, there's a blood crypt. Okay. Enduring Angel is no longer like amazing. I'm gonna drop that. Try and get it. There's a damnation. Attack with the goblin shaman, get the free treasure. They do get a free draw out of this. They can just use the sentinel, get the mana. But like now that's just like infinite value. Look, it's late. What do you want from me? We're a little ahead on mana. All we need to do is top deck into like something that's actually a little stronger than. That's a little stronger than Enduring Angel. Okay. Exert. This is exactly. No. No. Please don't path me. Don't path me. Don't path me, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. She has so many creatures to live for. Patriarch's Humiliation. Well, it's a good thing we have Reflection of Kiki Chiki here. That actually makes this, Oh, wait, no, she's still legendary. That's awkward. Alright, so Reflection of Kiki Jiki creates a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary card. Kaalia has no abilities, but she is still legendary. So, let's just go ahead and, I should have attacked first. We just have, like, a cascading comedy of errors here. Tunnel visioned. The Immortal Sun. Alright, understood. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. It's Grizzy B. Alright, you know what? We punted like what, 2-3 times and we still got out. I'll take that. I'll take that. I will take any salve to my bruised ego. Alright. Let's go to deck review. Let's go to deck review, wrap it up, and then we will raid into someone fun. Okay. So, off the top of my head, Sire of Insanity is situational. I really, really, really want this against control decks. Like, really, really badly. And then, like, everywhere else it's not nearly as good. I'm feeling the squeeze, right? Like, you want multiple targets for Kaalia. You don't want Unholy Annex being counted as a demon, because that's not a card that Kaalia can put into play. But then when there's just too many, they clunk them into your hand, and then you wish that you were playing cards like Nahiri to help filter through. You want good old Sorkon. You miss Zenith Seeker in those scenarios because that's what the whole deck is built around. You could try going with the pitch and rich combo. You can go like through all the discovery to pitch these cards and then reanimate them. But then you're like, but then if I do that, I don't have anything to put into play with Kaalia. And it's like, well, what's even the point then? Oh god, I remember working on the Olivia deck way back in Midnight Hunt, Crimson Vow. And that one was fine. That one was fine. Zenith Seeker is fine. I feel like we're We're getting there. Kaalia is unfortunately a ships and pilots type of commander where if you don't have the thing, your life's going to be a lot harder. Let's see. What do we even have that theoretically shores it up? Not there and back again. That's 5 mana? I thought it was 4. Let's see. Search for glory. Search for glory could be a fix to that, right? Like you can use that, tutor up your Grizzlebrand, tutor up Villas, tutor up Valgaroth, and that could help you out. That might be worth a craft here in our near future. You're not playing Thalia's Lancers. You're not playing War of the Last Alliance. At that point, you might want to pay the extra mana just to grab your Cruelty of Gex. Here kind of helps with that because she is removal and also rummaging. I think you're playing any swamp. Basic map. Am I willing to play Dark Realms just to make sure I constantly hit land drops? I don't think hitting the land drops is the issue. I don't think hitting the land drops is the issue. I might run that in Zenith Seeker though. That actually might sound so. Don't have Razaketh yet. I hate that having to like invest in my green cards is preventing me from getting some of the more exciting cards that I would love to be able to put in this deck. Because if I had Razaketh, I might be more inclined to put in more of the flares. Because then you pay 2 life, sacrifice Kaalia, flare. Oh wait, no, you could flare Solitude because you already sacrificed Kaalia. We're just coming up with 10,000 IQ plays today, aren't we, chat? Search your library. Your library for a planeswalk. That's not what we want. Like, it's gonna be your black tutors. Insatiable Avarice is in that weird bar where it's like triple black is a lot. There is the Painful Truth, which is the 3 mana draw 3 if you converge 3. At the beacon searches for planeswalkers, but that's not what we're here for. I did just pull a case of the Stash Skeleton for Midweek Magic, so that is nice. But we're not playing the sacrifice package to make that work. You don't want to play Diabolic Intent because Kali is the only card you have to sacrifice. Buried Alive doesn't work because we're not a dedicated Reanimator deck. We have Reanimate here for value, and that is it. Grim Tutor might just be the only version of this. Like, I probably play Grim Tutor in place of Phyrexian Arena. The creation of Avacyn would be amazing flavor, but oh god. Can you imagine, like, losing 8 life just to put out Avacyn and then she gets fucking desparked? Like, dear god. I don't even... The lore was not that brutal. You could play 5 mana Lily as a tutor, I guess. She attacks hands. She's so slow. There's that Cruelty of Gex. Cruelty of Gex at least has the upside of also being reanimation. So, like, you kind of sneak that little bit of reanimation in. I don't have Gamble. I don't have Victimize. Those are mythics that I'm probably gonna have to target crafting if I want to get Kali up the stuff. I'm trying to imagine what a lower rarity Kali would look like, and I had it at one point. At one point, I felt like I had it, but Kaalia, she's so fragile that she needs like just really high end to actually like work into stuff, you know? Is there like anything else? I don't think so. Hold on, did I already put in this? I did. Would you believe this? Would you believe this? I crafted a Steel Hellkite for this deck and I didn't even put the Steel Hellkite in the deck. That is, that's what you call a little silly. Practice is fine. Dragon Lord Culligan is probably... You know what's weird? You know what's weird? There are so many Hera Parent decks right now that I think Dragon Lord Culligan is actually a little viable. I want to keep trying her out a little bit more. She's a bit of a pet card. But that is so funny. Gisela, Drana Linvala. I think those... Maybe theoretically take out, like, I don't know. Lisa, but Lisa prevents... Loopy. I think I just take out the Great Angel. I don't... Alright, so let's go ahead and gear up for raid. Who is currently streaming right now? I'm gonna keep working on Kaalia. Maybe not necessarily next week, just kind of depends on what we're looking at. But like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep coming back to Kaalia. We're gonna keep cracking away at this. And if you like Brawl, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. You know what? Jay's been cool. Let's go ahead and raid the I don't like that I have to click on the following here. I would like to just click on the following to begin with. All right, we're gonna start the raid there, and then next week we'll be back with more Brawl. If you like what we do here, check out the YouTube channel. I am working on new essays. I also have a separate channel for Fairly Justice, where I am posting weekly shorts regarding the movies that we watch, as well as some other essays that I am working on. And then I am also on the Blue Sky as Hero Girls VT there as well. Guys, I will see you next time. Same hero time, same hero channel. Good night.